Hey, Decide Your Destiny crew, Spyrides here. Thanks for joining me for another Decide Your Destiny Daily Dose. Decide to find your guiding light. In today's day, we've got so many opinions, thoughts, beliefs, a lot of commotion, a lot of emotion about some traditional beliefs or religions or faiths or how we're supposed to live our lives. So the question is, how are we supposed to live our lives? You know, you go to school and generally the school is aligned to a certain faith. And so you've got a church in the school, you've got directions about how you're supposed to live your life. You've got a counselor at the school, you've got a sick bay you go to when you're not feeling so good. And so you've got these places you can go. But in today's world, it's kind of like a blank canvas again. We can kind of paint our own destiny, we can paint our own direction we want to take. That's both a good and a bad thing. And I feel like with indoctrination of who we are today, we don't have any original thought. It's all come from someone else. It's all come from something else. It's all come from some other tradition, some other family values or personal values or religious values. It's come from somewhere else. And so even the religion of not having a religion is a religion. Even when you go out and you go, I'm not going to have an opinion like this. You're having a strong opinion, or you say, no, look, I'm not going to be a salesy person. I'm not going to be a marketer. I'm this. Well, you're selling and you're marketing to me what you are. So you're doing the very thing that you're trying not to do, So whenever you're trying to tell someone a belief, you're trying to convince them, And you saying like, I'm someone who's agnostic or non-believing in anything. I'm this. You're really still trying to convince someone of where you stand. So it's clear, it's evident, it's important to ourselves, it's important to the community, it's important to our greater consciousness to identify where we stand, where we sit on certain values, consume enough information from both the right side over here, the left side over here, the middle side over here, and work out where we want to go with what we want to say, what we want to stand for. So then, in order to have a guiding light, in order to have a northern star to follow and help us in our life, what do we need to do? Well, the first thing you need to do is to identify your own principles, your own values, your own non-negotiables. What do you stand for? What's your religion? I stand for taking care of myself first, making sure I'm healthy, making sure I'm, in the right mindset, so then I can ripple out, and my family, I can give them the best that I can. I stand for active listening, opposed to talking at people. I want to get into communication, into a conversation with someone, rather than consume some information on, a device and just blurt it out at someone and totally disrupt their whole day. I don't want to do that. I want to get into a flow of communication, thought-provoking discussion. Okay, so that's my principle. It might not be someone else's principle. All right, I know that I need to be strong physically in order to be strong mentally. That's my principle. So work out what are your principles. Really go down, get a Google Doc, get a sheet of paper, whatever you need to do, write out your principles. Because that will be your 10 commandments. They will be your guiding light, your northern star. And once you know what your principles are, once you know where you want to go with how you want to behave, what ethics, what morals, what spiritual obligations you have, then you can start linking together what your religion is going to be, what your belief, your opinion is going to be. And you can start guiding your life in that direction. So that's a good place to start with, guys. That's somewhere where you can, start taking steps towards. And I just think if you can get your principles down and you can nail them down and keep reevaluating them and refine them, they end up being a good navigation system for your destiny. Remember, as always, guys, decide your destiny. Cheers.